Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Golden Moments. I'm Bruce Howard. This golden moment is called 2 3-pointers that changed Tulsa basketball history. The first was in the second round of the 1994 NCAA Tournament when Tulsa took on the Oklahoma State Cowboys, and I think a lot of fans are very familiar with Lou Dawkins' epic shot. The second one, though, was a year later in the NCAA first round against Illinois, and it was Pooh Williamson with a great shot. Let's take a look at those 2 3-pointers.
The UCLA Bruins are the 5th seed, 6th consecutive appearance, and they will play Tulsa.
When the TU basketball team erupted after hearing the news of a 1994 NCAA tournament bid, it set in motion a week that would define the Hurricane basketball program. After getting their first ever NCAA tournament first round win, drilling UCLA, the second round was TU against state rival Oklahoma State. It didn't look good at first as the Hurricane trailed by 11 at halftime. But in a fabulous second half, the teams went back and forth down the backstretch. With 55 seconds left, Gary Collier got a missed free throw put back, and TU was up 79-78. After a defensive stop, there was a 5-second differential on the shot and game clock. This led to the most iconic shot in TU history.
Gary, that leader I was talking about, stepped up and said, "I want the ball." And he came and got the ball, and he dribbled it for a while.
I was trying to, shorten the game a little bit, kill a little of the clock, and then just kind of look to go one-on-one. And my first instinct was to shoot it. I really wanted to shoot the ball.
We knew we didn't want to take a quick shot. Coach Smith was yelling out, spread it out.
Gary had the ball, and Gary was on fire the entire second half, both him and Pooh Williamson was.
Gary, first off, with the right-to-left crossover, helps up the floor, drew help.
And he did his famous kick crossover. And soon as I think it was Scott Sutton that came and helped.
Gary made the perfect read because my man went to basically go trap.
But a guy came over and kind of cut me off, and you do what a basketball player does. You pass it to the open guy, and it just happened to be Lou Dawkins at this time.
And he kicked it over to Lou Dawkins in the corner.
Hit me with a perfect pass, and when it came off my fingertip, I had a great feeling that it was going to go through. And
Eddie Sutton waving no foul to his team. They want it straight up.
Into the left corner to Dawkins for a three. Yes! With 8.6 seconds left, Dawkins hit a three-pointer, and it's 82-78. The Golden Hurricane with the lead. Oh my goodness!
He hit Lou, and that ball looked like it left his hands, and it was in slow motion.
Oh man, it was a poetry in motion. I can still see it, kind of like in slow motion.
And when it splashed through that net, I can't even remember. All I know is I'm still smiling 30 years later.
I was standing right up under the rim, and when it went through the rim, I knew we were up 4 points and we were going to win the game.
When it splashed through that rim, that goal, and man, I went sprinting down the court with my hands up.
It wasn't much time on the shot clock, and he got it off. And when it went down, it was just excitement in the air.
So the Hurricane won the game 82-80, advancing to their first ever Sweet 16. And for Sweet Lou Dawkins, it was tasty indeed.
A lot of people don't know, but 3 years prior, I tore my knee up against Oklahoma State, at Oklahoma State. So to have that moment, to get hurt and then knocked him out the NCAA dance, it was a special moment for myself. But for as a whole, as a community, as a school, it was amazing. It really was.
A year later, the Golden Hurricane got another at-large berth to the NCAA tournament, this time against Illinois in the first round. But instead of 100 miles away at Oklahoma City, it was 1,400 miles away in Albany, New York. But this was a road battle-tested TU team, seeded 6th.
As all the teams were back then, we were 10 deep. We had a lot of guys that had a lot of pride, a lot of good players.
Now I just remember, just going out there, like I said, and playing hard as you can, for as long as you can, because we're so deep on the bench.
If somebody didn't have a great night, there was somebody else to come in and pick them up pretty quick.
TU Illinois was the final game of the day, and the game just prior was Old Dominion against favored and 3-seed Villanova. The 3-overtime game won by ODU made the Hurricane wait and wait and wait.
You know what? That was one of those, well, that game was such a, well, one, it started as late as could be, as you remember.
I just remember knowing, hey, this is working out well. Yes, we had to wait. It was a long time. It was triple overtime, you said? Yeah. And so we waited quite a bit.
Once the game finally got underway, Illinois played tough.
They kind of controlled the game most of the game. You know, I think we ended up making a run kind of midway through the second half. But if you can remember, they pretty much was handling us. You know, they were up probably 8 to 10 points throughout the game.
Trailing most of the game, TU chopped the lead down to 62-61 with less than a minute to play, and it was TU ball.
The play was really pretty much set up for out. It was a nice drawn-up play, but it came to a point where the ball came around to me, and I thought I was open, and I took the shot.
I just remember, like, Cordell took that three, it got tipped.
And when I missed it, my heart kind of fell in my lap.
Ray jumps up, Ray Poindexter gets the rebound.
I mean, I was always a pass-first big man.
And all in one motion, Ray's a great passer. Ray turns, fires, and I caught it right in rhythm.
He missed it, and I just remember Ray getting his hands on it or grabbing it and kicking it out to Pooh.
I mean, the one thing I can remember, it was 1-2 and I got it off, and I didn't even notice the guy running into me. So, I mean, the one thing that I can really remember is I got it right in rhythm because Ray threw a great pass.
Tulsa down by 1. Right side to Love, fires a 3. It is blocked. The ball is loose. Poindexter comes up with it. Deep left side to Williamson. He launches a 3. He hits it, and he's fouled on the play. Oh, my goodness. Williamson with a left side 3. He nailed it, and he got bumped by Kiwan Garris. So count the bucket, and the Hurricane lead 64-62, and Pooh goes to the line for 1. Holy smokes.
I don't know if you can remember on the video, but as soon as he hits the shot, I go and grab him. Pooh was laying on the ground, but I pretty much yanked him from the ground all the way up above my shoulders because I was so excited. I grabbed him, I lifted him up, and I grabbed him, and I hugged him.
Once he knocked down that shot, it took a big load off of my shoulders, and all we had to do was just maintain the lead and play good defense to end the game.
That was one of those moments, and like you said, it doesn't get the limelight of the one that Lou Dawkins hit, but that was a very big shot, and it pretty much propelled us to the win against Illinois.
So the Hurricane won the game 68-62, and 2 days later they beat Old Dominion to advance to their second straight Sweet 16. 2 3-pointers, a year apart, both golden, and a 2-for-1 3-point bargain on Golden Moments.